I know, no. You ain't got to so excited, I already know, no. Got my eye on the goals, too close, I know, no. You ain't gotta take slow, cause I already know.
I was summoned by God to be the
Welcome to another episode of Third Eye Podcast, the podcast that is dedicated to creating open dialogue regarding the difficult topics in life that we all face. I am your host, Marcus Callahan, and thank you for joining me. In life, we often branch out to do our own thing, whether that be starting a new hobby or starting a new business. One thing I've noticed and experienced is that your friends and family aren't always very supportive when you first start doing your own thing. As friends, we often try to get the hookup, not realizing that by doing so, we're taking money from our friends and also their time. So with my platform, I'd like to do my part in supporting my friends by giving them a spotlight to promote their endeavors. Today, I sit down with two very good friends of mine who have started their own online shop. Michelle and Jennifer Patino, how are you?
I'm alright. How are you?
I'm good. It's good to talk to you.
Yeah. How's work?
It's okay. It's work.
Yeah.
So how was date night? How'd that go?
It was fun. We went to the little brewery and then we went downtown and we gambled a bit.
Ooh, that's always nice.
Yeah, it was
You
alright.
guys didn't break the bank too much.
No.
So how have things been going with COVID out there?
Kind of horrible. Well, yeah. Our bars are finally opening back up today.
I saw a news article about that.
So hopefully it kicks us in the right direction and it starts picking up because we're suffering.
Yeah.
What about you guys? How's it out there?
It's okay. Pretty much everything's open. You have to wear a mask inside of restaurants and wherever you go, pretty much. But for the most part, everything's open.
Oh, that's good.
So
How's the boys doing in school?
they are, they're doing okay. It's been a big adjustment, but they're trying.
I could imagine.
Yeah. How's it going out there?
It's a little frustrating. He misses being in class. He misses the kids and playing and all that, so he doesn't like being home.
I understand that completely. Malachi is ready to go back to school.
Yeah. And I'm tired of being a teacher.
Amen to that. It is very stressful working all night long and then coming home and having to be teacher as well.
Yeah, figuring out how to do math. I thought I knew how to multiply. I don't.
Yeah, apparently a lot's changed since we were in school.
Man, these damn 10 frames and put the circles here. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. I want to start off with saying thank you very much for agreeing to do this.
Oh, no problem.
And also thank you for the mask that you created for me. I love it. I wear it everywhere I go.
Oh, nice.
um, for everyone who will be listening to this, uh, tell us what your business is and how you got started.
Well, we got started, obviously, like everybody else did, during quarantine. Since Jenny's pretty crafty and I'm pretty crafty, we just put it together. We went in, we bought a Cricut and a pressing machine. And then from there, we just learned a whole bunch of stuff from TikTok.
Okay. That's interesting. I've noticed a lot during this whole pandemic that TikTok has been very informative for a lot of people.
Yeah, man. Pretty much learn anything from TikTok.
Yeah. So what is the name of your company?
Curly Customs.
Curly Customs.
It's
That's cute.
curly with two E's.
With two E's?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. I dig it. And do you guys just make like clothing or what all do you guys sell?
Right now, pretty much anything. So, like, when we first got it, I tried to do my research on how to use this because I had no clue. Michelle was telling me, let's get a cricket, get a cricket, Jen. I was like, I don't know. I know a couple of people that have it. It's just literally sitting there collecting dust. So I did my research and then reached out to this lady who kind of gave us like a Zoom class in 1 day or 2 days. And then, so pretty much anything that I see, I'm like, okay, maybe we can do that. And then I try to research how to do it, like material wise, how to go about it. Okay, we need this, and this, and that. So at first we started off doing like masks and like t-shirts, but now recently ventured into like tumblers and cups. So, and then eventually I want to do wood because it does like cutting into the wood. So yeah, so that I think that would be pretty cool.
I think that would be pretty cool too. I've seen you guys post um, on Instagram, and you guys have quite a few customers so far. Uh, how how do you guys advertise for this?
So we advertise through. We have an Etsy account, and then Instagram, and that's about it, right, Jenny? And then word of mouth. Yeah, and then Facebook too. I'm part of several Facebook group pages. That one of them is called like I made this. Another one is called like it's strictly for small businesses for women, and they kind of try to help spread the word. So that's helped a lot. Oh, in the gym too. Oh yeah, and in our local gym, those people like love to support each other, which is amazing because it's hard to find people that will actually try to support and promote, because sometimes you find people wait, what I've encountered in whenever you do a small business, like you don't, even though your like family knows, your friends, whatever, they're not like really supportive. Instead sometimes they kind of criticize, but our gym is pretty good, so they like try to help and support any way they can, and they also spread the word of mouth too, so that's pretty good.
That is awesome. I'm very glad that you mentioned that because that is basically what this whole episode is about: is supporting the people in your lives, their business ventures or their hobbies or whatever it may be. I know a lot of times when you tell your friends or family that you're doing something new, they're like, "Oh, okay." They don't ever really support it, and
Yeah.
they definitely don't support it financially.
Yeah. Or
So
sometimes they criticize it, which is like kind of sad, like you think that's going to be your support group, but it ends up being different. The negative Nancy's. Yeah.
it's very true. You definitely get your negative Nancy's. I had quite a few people who told me that starting this podcast was not a good idea.
I think it's awesome. You get your word across. Not only that, in the time we live, like everybody either streams something, and why not hear something that you can actually benefit from?
Exactly, exactly. Um, so yeah, I really wanted to be able to, I've bought from you guys, but I also wanted to show some more support by giving you a spotlight and a chance to promote you guys because I really think your business is awesome.
And we definitely do appreciate that. Definitely do appreciate it.
Of course, of course. So, do you guys? What is your company's main goal?
we're now we don't, so we're just kind of venturing into different things. We just honestly like, or at least for me, like I haven't talked about it with Michelle, but I think the number one goal is to pretty much make something for ourselves and work for ourselves and not be working for these corporate monopoly giants that really are not doing anything for us. And I just, like I like to create stuff and I like to see that person smile. I like that, the happiness it brings to those people. So that's my goal at the end of the day. And even if, this doesn't kick off so huge as some other things, it's something I was able to do with my sister, who's my best friend. And, we were able to do this little piece, which we poured our heart into, and we gave this piece to this person. So that's my goal. Whether it's a t-shirt, a mask, a mug, or a tumbler, what have you, it's
Shoes.
yeah, to me, it's like we create a story because sometimes they tell us like a backstory. Okay, this, and that, and then we are able to put that vision of what they tell us into whatever work that we do for our clients, and it's kind of amazing because we get to spend time together. I mean, we spend time together all the time, but now we're spending time together into something, putting a passion into something that we both like because we're both creative, and it's something that we both can enjoy and do. And like I said, even if it doesn't take off that big or what have you, it's just something that we can do, and it helps unite us, and helps bring attention to us, I guess you could say.
That, and it doesn't feel like work. When you
Mm-hmm.
love something, it's not work. It's a passion.
Yeah.
I can agree with that 100%. One thing that I did notice with this pandemic, you know, before it, I always wanted to do something for myself, go into business for myself. I never knew exactly what though.
Right.
And then the pandemic hit and everything changed, and you really cannot rely on all these big corporations because they will replace you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
So I think it's amazing that you guys decided to strike out on your own and do something. Not only create a business, but doing it with something that you love to do.
Right.
I think that's amazing.
And it's something great because we were both trying to dabble into things, and we get ideas, so we're like, okay, hey, let's try this. And of course there's always going to be pros and cons along the way, and then it's a learning experience for the both of us because I'm not an expert, she's not an expert, but it's something that we like to do. So I think that's how we improve by each time. And, we say, okay, so it's even the littlest things, the details, helps us to get better and better and better. So it's a good feeling. To me, it is at least.
That's what's up. I think part of the fun is learning as you
Mm-hmm.
go, um, because I mean, once you hit that expert level, I mean, there's not really. I mean, you can always learn more, but when you hit that expert level, it's different. When you're first starting out and you're grinding and you're putting in all the hours and the work, that's where the fun is.
Right.
Um, so there are lots of different kinds of clothing stores or graphic design in that world. What's something that's unique about Curly Customs?
Well, number one, we're
A
sisters.
small Latina business.
Yeah,
Represent.
that's right. I think we're comfortable with communication, and we have trust, and we don't want to deliver something that's just half-assed, if I can say. We communicate to the customer from the very beginning, hey, you know what, this
all this, what you want may not look the way that you want envision it, but we can try to do this, this, and this, and that. And I think just it sets us apart because there's some places that will say, okay, yeah, definitely I can do that. And they don't communicate, the pros and cons on how an image that you want is not going to look exactly the same. And they think it is, and then they get upset versus us. Like we could say, we communicate along the way, hey, this is what it's looked like. And then we send a picture, hey, of the proof, like this is what it's looking like. Are you okay with this? If not, we can try to tweak it
We
out.
can start over.
Yeah, and I think that's what sets us apart because I've never honestly dealt with a company that's just honestly caring for the vision of the customer. They're just pretty much there to collect the money, and whatever it comes out looking like, that's what it
What
is
they
at the
turn
end of
in.
the day. Yeah.
That was one of the things that I loved the most about the process of when you guys were creating my mask. I was really to just let you just do whatever you wanted to do and, let your creative juices flow. But I really appreciated that you guys communicated with me about exactly what I wanted and how it would look and turn out. I think it makes it more special that way.
Yeah,
Not only
definitely.
that,
It creates a. Sorry, go ahead, Michelle.
Go ahead, Jenny.
It creates a unique experience, like a personalized experience, one-on-one. Like to me, if I'm purchasing something from a company or whoever, and they're taking the time out, that to me, it gives me a sense that it's going to turn out great. They actually are passionate about what they're doing, and they care about me and what I want, and they're not just out there to collect my little change or
Money.
whatever. Yeah. So, and granted, we're just starting off and all that, but I mean that's something that we would like to keep with us along the way. Whether we get 50 orders a day, 100, whatever, it's something that we would like to maintain.
For sure. I like that a lot. So you guys co-own this company, is that correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Can you give us a little bit of insight into what it's like having the responsibilities as a business owner?
Go ahead, Michelle.
Well, I mean, it's all a learning process. It was a learning process. We went and got a business account. That way we can make sure that when we do have any orders coming in through Etsy or anything like that, it goes directly into that account and we know what we're accounting for. It's
I had a business license, which came into play very well with this because I had it before. And because I do, First Friday and all that stuff for my
Right.
artwork, and I had to get that, and then it came into play with this, and it worked out perfect because it helps us, legality wise. Um, but and also whenever you're opening a business with somebody, you have to understand you have to have a positive work relationship, you know, trust. Comfortable communication with each other. You can't just have a lack of communication because that's going to create issues, barriers. And then you kind of have to have and share the same vision with each other, in forms of leadership, because not only am I a leader because I'm part of this, she is a leader too. So, we both listen to each other and then we're 50-50. And then, there's times we slacked on things and then I'm like, hey, we got to do this. Or she'll tell me, hey, we got to do this. We got to make this like this
we
or
pick up the
better.
slack.
Yeah.
It's cool. I think it's great that you guys decided to go into this as a partnership because you guys can hold each other accountable. And a lot of times when you're doing something on your own, you don't have anyone who can really check you when you need
Right.
it. So I think that's awesome.
Right. Because it becomes a challenge, sometimes when you're on your own and, like you said, you don't have anyone to check you. And not only that, sometimes you just start, and then you're just like, oh, well, this is getting
You
too
lose
hard.
focus.
Yeah, so, and that's it. And, having two of us, and granted, we both have full-time jobs, and then, sometimes it gets hectic, but at the end of the day, I'm constantly thinking, okay, what else can I do? Like, how can I challenge myself today by doing this? And there's been days where I haven't done anything, but in my mind, it's constantly going and going and going and going. And then, I just go for it. And then, I send it to her. And then that's how we have our positive feedback and communication.
Or we look up ideas
Mm-hmm.
and then just go from there.
Yeah.
That's cool. So have you had any repeat customers yet?
Yes, we have actually. We have. Our biggest one is this.
Chris.
Yeah. You want to tell them about Chris?
Oh, Chris. You know Chris, Mark. CJ's little brother.
Yeah.
So we made a couple shirts, a couple of a mask, and then I'm waiting for him to let me know to drop off some shirts so we can have free range on the shirts and do some crazy designs for his little brand.
And then there's also another lady, lovely lady I go to the gym with. She started her own business too. And she's doing like, it's called Mochi. I don't know if you ever heard of Mochi. But
I have not.
So it's a Japanese like dessert. It's super good. So she
It's
makes
amazing.
she hand makes every single. You know what? She like actually inspired me about the communication. Making sure the delivery is great, all that. She hand makes every single dessert. So I ordered some for Prince's birthday, and then she was reaching out to me like constantly, like, hey, does this look okay? If I add this ingredient, is it going to be okay? I know you said your sister's allergic to peanuts, but is she going to be allergic to this type of nut? All that stuff. That was like great. And then the packaging was amazing. But she ordered a bunch of shirts from us with her logo on it, and that was great and awesome and supportive. And then she posted it and all that stuff. So yeah, we've had orders, and then some people we don't know because they're on Etsy, across the country. But yeah, we've had a couple orders.
That is really, really cool. Have you ever ran into a situation where you had to turn down a client?
No, not yet.
Yeah, so far no.
Okay. What would make you turn down a client? Is there anything that would turn you off to someone?
We know what we're worth and our time that it takes. So if you come in trying to tell us like, oh, okay, I want 50 shirts with 6 different logos on it, but I only want to pay you $20 because, we know you. Let me get the homie hookup. Like, you have to take in count. Come on now. We have to put our time in it and buy all the supplies for it. I think that would be the only way we would really turn someone down, is just not getting what we're worth.
And actually, we didn't have to turn someone down, but they kind of turned themselves down when we told them the price, and then they felt insulted, all that stuff. So that's the only encounter we've had. And it's crazy because that's why I brought up, how your friends and family don't support or laugh or,
Mm-hmm.
think that it's kind of a joke, and that because your family or friends that you're going to give it to them at no cost. So, like this particular situation, she was asking for 100 shirts and 100 masks and didn't expect to pay a single penny. So that to us is like a slap to our face. Like, come on, like, this is our time. This is our, what we're dedicated to. We're trying to make sure that we do everything precise in the way that you want it, and you just kind of slapped us in the face by expecting it for free.
Yeah, that's tough situation to deal with, and
Mhm.
it's really crappy when people do that. Um, and I think a lot of times people don't stop to think about all that goes into what you're creating. They just see the
Right.
finished product and they're like, "Oh, that's cool. I want that," but they don't understand that it costs you guys money to do what you do. It costs your time. I mean, you got to pay people accordingly.
For sure.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like when you're eating, a fruit. You don't know you think it's just a simple fruit, but you don't know what it takes behind the scenes of, this person that has to go out there and pick the fruit, make sure this, make sure that. There's lots of different things that go behind the scenes, and you don't know, but you have to think about, okay, how did this fruit get here? Where did it come from? Who picked it? Was it on a good tree? Did they have to throw it away? How many more did they have to pick? Stuff like that. I mean, to me, it's common sense, but then again, common sense isn't so common. So I mean, maybe my thinking is differently than others.
Yeah.
No, you hit it right on the nail.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. So you guys have an Etsy store currently,
Mhm.
correct?
Mhm.
Yes.
Do you guys plan on in the future having like a physical store?
Like a brick and mortar type of store.
Yeah.
As of right now, no, because you know what? Honestly, what this whole quarantine and COVID has proved is that brick and
You
mortar
don't
stores
need
are
a
kind of
physical building.
obsolete. Yeah, you literally do everything from the touch of my phone. Like as of right now, no. I think it would be cool though, like to go out, like to you lived out here, to the Broadacre swap meet and set up like a little stand out there. I think that would be dope. Or when First Friday comes back along, that would be cool too, because I can incorporate my single art pieces with our own stuff there. I think that would be cool. But to say to that we would have an actual brick and mortar store, I don't think so. Not unless we got really big, but as of right now, no.
Okay, that's what's up. Um, I love your art, Jennifer. I have the logo you created for me. It's sitting in my office right above my desk.
Oh,
I look
thank
at it
you.
every time I go in there to go record. I look at it. I love that thing.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it.
Um, so I know you're just starting out, but if you had one piece of advice for someone else who's just starting out, what would it be?
Don't be afraid to take that step. Take the
And not,
leap.
yeah, not only that, sometimes the thing that you're so scared of is actually the thing that you should be doing. And you don't want to live your life full of regrets, thinking 5 years later, fuck, I should have did it. And then you're constantly thinking about that in the back of your mind. I should, like, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do that. Just like Michelle said, take that leap, take that risk, because you never know. There's 10,000 doors that will open up the moment you take that leap. And you honestly just have to have faith in yourself and have
Network.
the, yeah, network, have faith in yourself, have faith in your product, believe in yourself. And, it may not take off right away, but just have faith that you will, do whatever it is that you envision to do, and just do it. That's it. I mean, simple as that. Like Nike put it, just do it. Just go out there and do it. And don't be scared, because there's going to be hard days, there's going to be hard nights and hard times, and you're just going to regret every single moment of trying to jump into it, and you're just going to want to take it all back. But you know what? That's what makes you grow as a business person, because then you're going to think, okay, well, this happened right now, but now I learned from this. Tomorrow, I'm not going to do that. And it helps you grow. So just take that leap and don't be afraid to hit the speed bumps in the road, and you'll be all right. And you'll get to where you want to.
All right, I think that is great advice. As my brother-in-law always tells me, you got to risk it to get the biscuit.
That's
Exactly.
right. That's a great
So,
saying.
um, thank you guys so much for coming on and doing this for me. Let everyone know where they can find your beautiful products. and where they can find you on social media.
So on Instagram, it's Curly Customs with 2 E's, and then on Etsy, what's the thing on Etsy, Jen?
Same thing, Curly Customs with 2 E's.
Awesome.
Oh, and it has on our Instagram, it has the link, so you can click on the link and it'll take you right to the Etsy page. But it's Curly 2 E's and then Customs. It's with a K on Etsy.
All right, that's what's up. You heard them. Go ahead, hit the link at their Instagram. Check them out. You will not be disappointed with their products. Michelle and Jennifer, thank you so much for coming on and doing this for me. I really do appreciate it.
Oh, thank you
Thank
for
you
the
for
time,
having us.
Marcus. Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. You ladies, I hope you have a wonderful night, and I will get in touch with you guys soon.
All
Okay.
right, thank you.
All right, take care.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, that was Michelle and Jennifer Patino from Curly Customs. That's Curly with 2 E's, Customs with a K. Please go and check out their Etsy shop. The mask that they did for me is so dope. The quality is great. The service was spectacular. The shipping was great. You will not be disappointed with their products. Thank you once again, ladies, for coming on and doing this for me. I really do appreciate it. And for all those out there who are listening, if you have someone in your life who is trying to strike out and do the business, please help them out. Share their links, help support them financially. It means the world to them. I promise you. Don't expect freebies, because nothing in this world is free. That is a lesson that I have learned, and I hope you all know it as well. Please join me next week. I have a guest, uh, someone I met on TikTok, actually, but I think you guys are in for a real treat with her. So, with that said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for listening to Third Eye Podcast. I hope you all have a wonderful night. Remember, love each other. Be kind to one another. Take care.